tremendous roar as Laurie McMenemy on the right leads out Southampton, accompanied by Tommy Docherty, the Manchester United manager. This a familiar journey for Docherty, who made it as manager of Chelsea in '67. Big Laurie McMenemy, 6'4", ex-guardsman, a man of complete integrity, savouring this occasion. Peter Rodrigues, the captain. That's Peter Osgood in his familiar place at number 3. Nick Holmes with a beard. Then Ian Turner in his familiar place at number 5. Mike Shannon. And at the back, or next to back, is Jim Steele, the position he likes to be in. And right at the back, the substitute, the veteran Hugh Fisher. The two skippers, Peter Rodrigues, who's played in a cup final before in '69 for Leicester, nearest the camera, and that fine Scottish international, Martin Buchan, leading Manchester United. And the team really, as Tommy Docherty said, selected itself. Only one man in the side with club experience at Wembley, and that's Alex Stepney, who played in the '68 European Cup final against Benfica. By contrast, Southampton, although the junior club in terms of status, coming from the second division, they've got 3 players who played in FA Cup finals. Peter Rodrigues, number 2, the captain, who played for Leicester in '69. They've got Peter Osgood, number 9, who played for Chelsea in 1970. And Jim McCalliog, number 10, who scored a goal for Sheffield Wednesday in the final 10 years ago. And the supporters settle down now for the start of this 1976 FA Cup final. Referee Clive Thomas, respected and liked for his officiating, especially this season, had a reputation for being over-strict, but he's tempered that with sympathy this season and has become a very good official indeed. Lou Macari, I wonder what the question is. So Manchester United to start this FA Cup final. The ball with Stuart Pearson, alongside him, signalling to the players behind him, Sammy McIlroy, the Irish international. That was Dirty. Macari. Alex Forsyth. Number 7, Koppel. Ball cut out easily by Shannon. And again, Forsyth in the way. This is Daly for United. Away from Houston. Manchester United have been so attractive and refreshing in their play and attitude this season. Jim Steele now for Southampton with that left foot. Ball finds Shannon. Didn't play it quite right to Stokes. That was Buchan. Now Daly. A really sizzling atmosphere with the sound cascading from these Wembley terraces. Nick Holmes, and these opening minutes a real test of the players' nerve. That's Koppel. Holmes. A little bit of tension showing. The throw taken by Jerry Daly. Pearson. Koppel. Right at Turner, and they're looking for the comeback, and nobody was there to put it back in. Turner then couldn't grab it. And it's Osgood now for Southampton. And that a real let-off in the first minute for Southampton. The shot was at point-blank range of the goalkeeper. He should have held it, but he beat it down. And there was no one there to snap it up. But look how close they were to picking up the empties, as the players say. The player who missed it there was Macari. And Turner now getting the chance to settle down and get a good feel of the ball. Lou Macari. Couldn't quite make it, and Ian Turner survived. Macari, good jump. Rodrigues, a foul by Hill. Gordon Hill in the background. Blythe's kick. Buchan. Unusually poor clearance. Shannon fell to find Stokes. That's McIlroy. Well robbed by Rodrigues. Now Macari. You're watching in black and white, by the way. Manchester United playing from left to right in the white shorts. Rodriguez. Macari for United. Tommy Doherty, and alongside him, the silver-haired Tommy Kavanagh, the trainer. It's Paul Gilchrist to number 10, McCannion. Stokes, number 11. Forsyth for Manchester United. Good ball, Daly. Koppel, the fullback, Forsyth. Greenhoff. Houston. Greenhoff switching play intelligently. Gordon Hill attacking Rodriguez, the first chance he's had to do it, and he turned him. Pearson! And again it's spilled out of the goalkeeper's hands, and McElroy couldn't pick it up. Again the ball came back off Turner, and again they were let off. That was Hill. The ball through to Pearson. Turner seemed to have it and he squirmed away, and McElroy couldn't finish it. Turner's hands just in the way. A nightmare start for the goalkeeper. Skidded off Greenhoff's head. That's Forsyth. Koppel. Peach. Very firm. Daly's throw. Pearson. Steele right behind him. Now Koppel. Good interplay by United. Pearson. Number 8, McElroy offside. Southampton defence then was well organised. They looked along the line and left McElroy offside. Nice piece of marshalling then by Mel Blythe. Mel Blythe. Shannon. That's Greenhoff for Manchester United. And in these first 5 minutes, it's been the first division side almost all the time. Koppel. Number 2 for Forsyth. Deflected then by Macari, but no power. It's Pearson facing Turner. Osgood. Holmes, and brought down by Forsyth, who's rightly penalised. These Manchester United youngsters have really settled down very quickly. Brian Greenhoff, and the kick by Peach. Macari beaten in the air by Osgood. That's Holmes and cleared by Greenhoff. After yesterday's complaints by the Southampton players, the pitch has been cut overnight. Maybe just a little bit bumpy. But with the recent dry weather in this country, it's possibly only to be expected. The throw to be taken from the right place. Forsyth had crept along the line. Number 4, Daly. Pearson. Daly. Koppel. Offside. Again McElroy was caught, but play waved on. Has it been by the referee? No, he blew the whistle. David Peach. Greenhoff. Brian Greenhoff, whose last Wembley appearance was as a ball boy in 1968 at the League Cup final. Forsyth. Pearson. They'll be supporting. Steele. Gilchrist. Number 8, Shannon. That's Buchan. The way to goal was cut off by Stokes. Stuart Houston. McElroy. Greenhoff. Couple. Peach beat him, now Osgood. Stokes breaking forward. Offside. Didn't quite time the run right. Jim Steele beaten in the air by Pearson. That's Peach. Good header by Shannon. Shannon again. And a good tackle by Greenhoff. Now Koppel. Macari. Oh, and right in hard with Steele. Robbed by Forsyth. And United with men to spare. And Forsyth was greedy. Gordon Hill on the left beats the turf in frustration. Forsyth had two men on his left, both unmarked. Macari. Holmes looking for Shannon, who slipped. It's Buchan. Houston for Manchester United. Blythe to Gilchrist. Shannon offside. Shannon thought he timed the run right, that was why he pointed towards the linesman. A fascinating opening 10 minutes. Greenhoff to number 2 for Forsyth. Pearson and Holmes. Nick Holmes, who was called up recently for the under-23 international side, but couldn't play because of injury. Steele. Hard through and too hard, the referee thought. Did he? No, he's not given a foul. Koppel to Daly. Well tackled by Holmes. Gilchrist. Stokes trying to chase Forsyth. And getting there, is he? No. Good recovery. Momentarily it looked as if Stokes might make it. Shannon throw. Greenhoff. First corner of the match then to Southampton. And they've pushed Big Mel Blythe forward. Jim Steele's gone up as well. And they've only left one defender. And Manchester United have brought all their players except Gordon Hill back into the box. The corner to be taken by Peach. That was Macari. Hill having to check for the support. It's all there now, but so is the defence. Stokes robbed by Daly. Good ball, and he's onside. Hill and Turner earned the money then and made up for the two blunders earlier. Southampton were caught, and Turner was quickly out to the rescue. Houston, and that should be Rodriguez. McCalliog, who hasn't figured very much, number 10, leaves it for Gilchrist. Osgood. Rodriguez. Osgood. Macari. And Osgood. Number 4, Holmes had stolen forward. Gilchrist. Houston for United. Certainly, having seen Southampton once or twice this season, and recently too, their midfield players, that's Holmes and Gilchrist in particular, support the front men very well and are always looking for shooting chances on the edge of the box. Jim Steele. Shannon. Stokes to Holmes. Osgood's waving. Shannon. Nice chip, pitch stole up unnoticed. Set up on for the cross. Shannon. McCalliog. Gordon Hill for Manchester United. Gilchrist in, and Southampton won the ball. Or won the throw, to be more accurate. It's Gilchrist, missed out. Houston, Hill, Blythe showing no fear then as he went above the opposition. He's got a broken nose, by the way. It was broken on Good Friday. McElroy, number 10, Macari. Houston. McElroy. Blythe wouldn't let him turn. That's number 10, McCalliog. Now Osgood. Gilchrist. Stokes, number 11. It's Gilchrist again to Holmes, leaving it for Peach. They're roaring in on the far side, and another quarter to Southampton. Their second and the second of the match. 15 minutes gone, no score, but plenty happening. Alex Stepney, the oldest player on the field at 33. Bobby Stokes, right on the goal line. Peach's corner. Osgood. It was thought Osgood might be a threat in the air. He's 6 feet 2.5, he weighs well over 13 stones, and he's a good player when he gets up to those. Really very dangerous header of the ball. Gilchrist, Shannon, McCalliog, Osgood. Usually a poor ball from Osgood. Forsyth to number 7, Koppel. Peach. Just in the last few minutes after that hesitant start, when Manchester United played some fine football, Southampton beginning to grow in confidence. Pearson, and that's Steele with him. Hill, rather Koppel. Peach there, and a corner. Manchester United's first corner. In fact, a goal kick given, so nearest the camera, Jim Clooney, his trainer. Turner's kick, Holmes' header. Osgood, didn't know where it was. Stokes, Gilchrist. A run by Rodriguez on the right. Houston, number 3. Made that look easy. Hill, oh, we played Houston into trouble. And Buchan for United. Number 10, Macari. Hill. Shannon. It's Macari. Now Rodriguez. So it was Osgood back there. McElroy for United. Again, they got players to spare here on the right. And that scrimmage sorted out by Peter Osgood. Peach for Southampton. Martin Buchan, the United captain, must be well aware of the deficiencies in the Southampton defence. They've been pulled about once or twice when United have had spare men and failed to take advantage. It's Gilchrist to McCallion. Gilchrist again. Stokes. Calling was McCallion. Looking for Peach, number 3. Good play by Coppell. Daly. Houston. Got Hill on the touchline, that's Hill. Number 10, McCarry with space. Steele. Blythe. McCarry. Number 3, Houston. McCarry and Blythe, the blocking play. Jim Steele and Stuart Pearson, who's number 9. The throw being left to Gordon Hill. Good distance for a little man. That was Blythe who won it though. McCarry. Steele. McCallion, number 7 is Gilchrist. McCallion. 11 Stokes, 10 McCarry, now Hill. Blythe, number 5. Gordon Hill's throw. Blythe. Gilchrist. Shannon started to run, number 8. Buchan went to cover, number 6. Jim McCallion. Shannon to McCallion. Osgood. Actually just behind him then was Nick Holmes, who was looking for a back header. Sammy McElroy missed out. Now Rodrigues. Houston. Pearson. Rodrigues stood off McElroy, that's Blythe. McCallion. Houston and Blythe missed out. Pearson, number 9. McElroy on mark, number 8, but it didn't carry. 5 was Blythe and now Jim Steele. Stuart Pearson, who was injured recently and missed Manchester United's match against Leicester City last week, and looks like the trainer's needed. Tommy Kavanagh is waiting to get on, and Clive Thomas won't let him on. Tommy Kavanagh having words with Stuart Pearson from the touchline, and Pearson still limping. McCarry. Rodrigues. And finally Greenhoff. Pearson beginning to move a little bit better. And Tommy Carpenter's gone back to the bench, so he must be all right. Now Shannon, good ball. It's Gilchrist. Buchan. Holmes beaten by Coppell. Coppell doing an awful lot of chasing and tackling back and running. It's Daly. Hooked clear by Steele. Stokes to McCallion. Shannon against Buchan. Halfway through this first half, still no score. And a smile exchange between Martin Buchan and Mike Shannon. Peach's throw, that's Shannon, now Peach. Plenty of room for the cross. Holmes, Daly, now Gilchrist for Southampton. Peach, offside. 3 Southampton players caught, sleeping ready. Pearson, Peach, Steele, Blythe, came towards Stokes, but Houston big enough. Ball broke nicely for Southampton. This is Gilchrist. Osgood. Didn't work, Buchan was behind him. Buchan again, now Greenhoff. Scythe. Greenhoff. Jerry Daly found space well and now prepared to chase Steele. And he's fast enough. But Steele's legs just caught him. Missed out on the ball. Southampton have pulled 10 players back, and United have pushed the big defenders forward. Forsyth's kick. Skidded off Houston. McCalliog to Shannon, who didn't lay it too well. And Buchan to Greenhoff. Houston. Hill. Buchan. Offside. McElroy again. 3 times he's been caught. Keeps falling for the offside trap. Tommy Kavanagh with advice. Along the line, the experienced Ted Bates, who first joined Southampton, I think it was back in 1937. McCalliog, who hasn't figured too much. Osgood. Osgood's flicks not altogether coming off. Forsyth. Pearson. Coppell. Pearson. On for Coppell. With him is Holmes. And a foul by Holmes on the edge of the box. And this time they've pushed Houston forward wide on the left, and Brian Greenhoff has gone forward, leaving just Buchan back. And Southampton now with 11 players in the 18-yard box. Forsyth, blocked by Shannon. Forsyth, Hill. McCalliog, but now Buchan for Manchester United. To Houston. Buchan. Number 10, Macari, taking on the defenders and beating them. Daly! And blocked by both Peach and the goalkeeper together. Forsyth. Now Hill versus Holmes. Good back heel. Forsyth. And a corner will do. Roars of applause for the Manchester United attack. And Turner and Peach went to block that ball. Turner couldn't hold it, and Peach trying to get Shannon away. Shannon with Greenhoff. It's Bobby Stokes. Shannon, who hasn't really been able to get going yet, but he's starting. Now Holmes. Peach, number 3. Osgood, and even he wasn't tall enough. Blythe, good header. Houston. Apologises to Macari, who suggests he might have left it. Paul Gilchrist. Shannon. Now Osgood. Macari. McElroy. Good tackle by Gilchrist. Macari. Forsyth. Macari. Manchester United suggests when they're moving there's so much the faster side, but so far nothing to show for it. Koppel with a break on the right by Forsyth. Driven hard across there and beating the lot of them. A typical Manchester United raid. And they don't put across measured centres, they drive the ball across, and these are the most dangerous balls for defenders to cut out, and really inviting balls for attackers to run onto. Ball didn't go out of the penalty area, kick to be retaken. Let's have a closer look at Ian Turner. One of a big family, there are 10 in the family. He's got 6 brothers and 3 sisters, and I think they're all here at Wembley. He said this morning he'd been lucky with the tickets. Osgood. Greenhoff. That's Hill. Houston. Buchan. Greenhoff. Peach looking to his goalkeeper. Pearson giving Turner no peace. It's Daly. McAllister. Stokes. Holmes. McAllister hasn't really figured very much. Misunderstanding. Significant in midfield, actually, when you look along the line of players. Southampton, Holmes, McAllister, Gilchrist. Well, we've seen Holmes and Gilchrist in support of attacks, but they're not really controlling the middle of the field. Manchester United are holding that important area. No score after half an hour. Kopp. Peach. And the linesman's flag up for an offence. The throw not taken from the right place. Daly to Buchan. Pearson. Well laid. Buchan. And that's Shannon coming back, working for the defenders and midfield players. When Buchan broke forward, Shannon went to cover. Shannon pulled it down well. It's too near Houston. Good ball to Hill. Hill just held too long. Mel Blythe. Now Osgood. McAllister. Rodriguez in. They won the ball well for Stokes. Right through to Shannon, who tried to lay it off and got a second goal to Osgood. It's Osgood number 9. And the whistle's gone. Hands. And Shannon's comment needs no interpretation. Forsyth. Stevie Koppel. Peach is very confident. He's been good in defence and supporting the attack well. Pearson. Oh, good ball to Daly. There's trouble here. Right across the face, and Rodriguez shows all the experience of 32 years then, when he realised there was no pressure behind and calmly killed the ball stone dead. But the United move was promising. Now McAllister for Shannon, a brilliant ball, Stepney, the most important cup save he's made since the Benfica European Cup final in '68. Stepney then, between United and disaster. Shannon was not offside, and that clearly the most open chance of the match. It was a brilliant through ball. Blythe, now number 2, Rodrigues. Houston, Daly. Nick Holmes, number 4. Brian Greenhoff, number 2 for South. Pearson. Daly for South. Pearson well laid off to number 4, Daly. Forsyth, Daly again. Forsyth. And nobody got a touch. Captain must be reflecting on what might have been there. Bucket, Macari, Houston. Pearson on a run, covered by Steele. And a corner given. Houston comes forward again. Forsyth's just on the edge of the box. Pushing in the box. Lou Macari. For a little man, he gets up astonishingly well. Wyatt Thomas just letting Ian Turner know where the ball must be placed. Both sets of supporters claiming they're going to win the FA Cup. Steele. Greenhoff. Gilchrist for Southampton. Stokes. Cariog. In first was McElroy. On Peach. Shannon beaten in the air by Houston. Mel Blythe now. Rodrigues. Sammy McElroy. Played here, of course, for Northern Ireland in the home international matches. Osgood. McCalliog. Holmes. A little bit hurried, the support under right. Shannon was there though. The ball was crossed so far, Stepney couldn't get there. Stepney, like some of the United defenders, must have thought there was nothing on there, but Shannon's pace produced the corner. Now Rodrigues. Peter Rodrigues is a bit of a fairy story, really. Rescued from oblivion by Laurie McMenemy when he was given a free transfer last year from Sheffield Wednesday, and indeed was thinking of going to manage a pub and play in non-league football. But here he is, 12 months later, captain of a cup final side. Peach. Greenhoff. Forsyth. We set it up for Gilchrist. Now Osgood. Number 10, McCalliog. Breaking in on the right is Rodrigues. Houston. McCalliog. Rodrigues had to check back for the danger of being offside. Jim McCalliog. And now it's Hill for Manchester United. Houston. Macari. Daly. Koppel is 7. Left Peach this time. Shannon's back there. Good supporting play by Mike Shannon. Pearson. Blythe, and finally Gilchrist. Forsyth. Macari. Forsyth, number 2. Rodrigues, number 3 is Peach. Shannon. Osgood is by himself. McCalliog. Bucket. Houston. McElroy, hard behind was Rodrigues. He's penalised. As we enter the last 5 minutes of this first half. Still in this 1976 FA Cup final, Manchester United 0, Second Division Southampton 0. Hill on for Houston, clear space for the cross, and it went too far. Looking very thoughtful, so too Tommy Docherty. Southampton supporters making themselves heard. It's Koppel, there wasn't a good kick by Turner, now Pearson. And Steele got him on the edge of the box, and the referee says he didn't. A goal kick given, and he indicates that he believes, Clive Thomas believes, that Pearson dived. The referee is going across to Pearson, who's still prone in the penalty area. The incident certainly took place just outside, but the referee wasn't impressed and clearly indicated that he thought this was a dive. And he's spoken to Pearson and he's waving play on. Steele having words with McCalliog. It's Gilchrist. Now Osgood. Osgood was fouled. Pearson is still looking pained and just limping out of the penalty area. McCalliog's kick. Stokes. Handball. And still Pearson hobbling, slowly getting back into position. Macari. Rather wild kick by Rodrigues, and Tommy Docherty with a comment in the background. It's Rodrigues. Real collision then, and Macari emerges. Houston. Macari. Offside. Couple of minutes left in this first half. McCalliog. Shannon. Unlucky. He's only set it up for Koppel. Steele in first. Peach, who's looked a good player. Caliog. Steele. Osgood found himself some room. And a 1-2 with Stokes. Hill for Manchester United. Long for Pearson, and he was accurate too. Steele got it. Now Holmes. In the way, Hill. Rodriguez. Holmes. Gilchrist. McCallion. Peach. Houston got it, but supporting now is McCallion. Well blocked by Macari, who was tearing in to close the space down. Koppel in the final minute of this first half. Taking on Holmes, who caught him, and a free kick. It's Forsyth and Steve Koppel. Forsyth's chip. Hill! Corner given. Gordon Hill so quick then to snap that back. And the half-time whistle is gone. We make it about 5 seconds early. The players were waiting for the quarter to be taken, but the whistle has gone. And so the teams leave the field after, in some ways, an eventful first half. Level. Manchester United 0, Southampton 0. Just waiting for the guards to clear the pitch and disappear down the tunnel. That's it, and Clive Thomas sets Southampton on their way. Osgood. Holmes. Peach. Holmes. McCallion. Shannon got it. Stokes. Shannon and Greenhoff. Goal kick. Koppel. Peach not diving in, just containing him. Forsyth, and what a good ball to Gordon Hill. Pearson. Number 8, McElroy. Houston, number 3. Tackling back with Stokes. Corner to Manchester United. A tall figure of Osgood going back to bolster this defence. Daly. Forsyth. Brian Greenhoff. Number 7, Koppel. Steve Koppel, the youngest player on the field at 20. Studying at Liverpool University, and a bargain buy really from Tranmere Rovers. Cost about £50,000. That's Lou Macari, who cost £200,000. Stuart Houston. Good jump by Hill. Hill again. Pearson, now McElroy. Daly. Forsyth. Koppel. Good run by Daly behind the defence. Gilchrist. Now Forsyth. Peach blocked it. Hill. Houston. Shannon is covering. Houston, who's won one Scottish cap since he was bought by Manchester United from Brentford. There's Buchan first, and he fouls Stokes. Buchan so polished in defence for Manchester United. Rodriguez kick. Houston. Stokes. McCalliog. Shannon. Aimed at Osgood, who couldn't get it, but Holmes was backing up and couldn't find Osgood. Now Coppell. And look where Coppell's turned up. Both he and Hill do a tremendous amount of work up and down the field and supporting the defence as well as being up with the attack on the wide positions. Hill on the other side. McCalliog in the way was Daly, now Peach. David Peach in the background, a shrewd buy by Laurie McMenemy from Gillingham. He cost only £40,000 and he certainly had his money's worth. Finally, too many players for Daly. Osgood, nice flick. McCalliog setting Shannon free. Shannon with one of those powerhouse runs, but not quite strong enough. Martin Buchan, who showed considerable pace then in tackling Shannon. McCalliog. Oh, and Greenhoff read that. He robbed Osgood so easily. Pearson. Peach and Coppell. Coppell didn't like the decision, but it's gone to Southampton. Osgood. Macari. Gilchrist first. McCalliog. To Stokes, to number 8, Shannon. Macari. Foul by Mike Shannon. Alex Forsyth. Coppell. Daly. Forsyth. Pearson. Daly. Forsyth to Coppell. To Daly. Macari lurking behind the attackers. Macari found a lot of space then. Jerry Daly, who saw him there, and look how much room Macari had. Not very pleased with himself, he miskicked it. Greenhoff, now Holmes. To Osgood, to Holmes. Forsyth aiming at Coppell. Steele easily got there first, but fouled Pearson. Big Jim Steele. Jim Clooney, the Southampton trainer, sending out instructions. Koppel, that was nicely played to Koppel by Pearson. Now Pearson again. A fine, swift, decisive attacking move by Manchester United. Pearson laid that ball superbly to Koppel. He called for the return, you can see him there inviting it, and then played it first time. Peach for Southampton. Osgood directed it well. Holmes. He's only got Shannon to aim at and mishit it anyway. Steele and Pearson. Steele. Gilchrist. Shannon on a run forward, number 8. Houston got just the toe of his boot to that, now for Scythe. Koppel. Oh, the first time he's really left Peach, but Peach was a bit unlucky anyway, it slipped. But the possibility was there then.
Stokes, number 10 is McAlliog. It's Macari. Scythe, appeal for the ball out of play, the linesman not interested. Daly. Houston. McElroy, beaten by Gilchrist. Shannon. Rodrigues was breaking then. Bucket. Buchan, interesting in the background that young David McCreary has been limbering up on the touchline, the Manchester United sub, but he's gone back to the bench. That's Houston. Blythe. Stokes caught Macari then. Scythe. Steele. With a lot of skill for a big man. Nice chip too, he found McAlliog well. Bucket. Won it twice. Houston. Pearson. McElroy. McAlliog. Osgood. Stokes, Osgood again. Stokes, the cover went with Shannon, and that was Holmes arriving for the back, but he's happier with his left foot than his right. Now for Scythe. Buchan. Blythe, Gilchrist. Rodrigues, the captain of Southampton, in trouble. Osgood. Some of Peter Osgood's final balls today have been going astray. For Scythe, and Rodrigues is still on the floor. Koppel. Mike Shannon's gone back to cover the right back position. Now Macari. Breaking for Daly. Houston. Blocked by Shannon. And Rodrigues is still on the floor. And the referee signals Jim Clooney onto the pitch. Certainly it was a hard knock that Rodrigues took, but it does give us the chance now to bring in Jimmy Hill.
Well, it would have been very sad for Southampton if United had scored from that attack while Rodriguez was on the ground. He just hasn't moved from the moment when it happened. But they're just getting some kind of reaction from him now. It seems to be concussion. But I must say that Southampton are doing so much better than people imagine. They're fighting tooth and nail all the way. McIlroy hasn't really got into it up front for Manchester United, which is one of the reasons I think why they haven't been able to just press home and get the goal that they're desperately seeking. McCalliog hasn't quite been in it in midfield, but every now and again he comes into the game with a devastating ball, which really earns his keep. But it's wide open still. United show flashes of the skill they've been producing all season, but they can't quite finish it off. Southampton still dangerous on the break.
Peter Rodriguez is obviously feeling that. Hugh Fisher's ready to come on. He's got the tracksuit bottom off. Buchan looks to Forsyth. Daly. Koppel. Too many Southampton players for him. Greenhoff got there first though, now Macari. Houston. Right through to Koppel. What a mix-up. Greenhoff arriving in an attacking position. So Gordon Hill will take this corner. Swinging awkwardly, and suddenly got a touch and off the bar from McIlroy. The ball was back-headed then, skidded off somebody's head, and McIlroy hit the bar. Forsyth to Greenhoff. Forsyth. Buchan to Houston. Now McIlroy. Good turn. And good recovery by Rodriguez. Well, that chance for Manchester United was open and clear. The ball skidding off someone's head from the corner, and McIlroy hitting the bar with a header. McIlroy to take this corner. Holmes. Daly. Hill. "15 minutes of this second half gone, and they're still level." Greenhoff. Holmes. McCalliog. Shannon is 8 and Forsyth 2. Koppel. Holmes throw. Stokes. Peach. Koppel. Holmes won it back to McCalliog. Steele. Beaten by Daly, and finally Gilchrist was there. This is McIlroy, and Peach to the rescue, but the whistle's gone. Free kick to Manchester United. Houston's crept up wide on the left, number 3. Koppel, a short free kick taken by Forsyth. This is Forsyth. Steele. Shannon. Good turn with Buchan, who's holding him. McCalliog. Rodriguez had stolen up then. Gordon Hill. Houston. this lovely day at Wembley with very little wind getting down to pitch level. These players must be feeling the pace. And playing now for just over an hour. Pearson wriggling free. And Sammy McElroy, number 8. It's Pearson. Coppell. Good play by Coppell. Daly couldn't get there, Blythe did. Shannon's having trouble actually, that's about the 3rd or 4th time he's slipped. Oh, and somebody else did too, it was Forsyth. Now Osgood. Shannon. Right across to Rodrigues. Total miskick by the captain. But Rodrigues now, twice in the last minute, has arrived up on the right flank unmarked. Total mishit. Gordon Hill. Gilchrist and Hill having a little bit of a brush. Both being called to the referee. Al-Makari. Coppell. Number 4, Daly. Forsyth. Brian Greenhoff running from the back. Hardly too many Southampton defenders. It was Coppell who crept in among them. A Stokes for Southampton. Shannon, number 8. McCalliar. Shannon. Got where he's most dangerous, and nobody closed him down. That's Shannon, just making enough space. Nobody could get to him, and the shot wasn't all that far away. Tommy Docherty looking as if he might make a substitution. And 18 years old David McCreary gets his chance to come on and help to win this cup final. The match deadlocked at 0-0. Now it's Shannon. Stokes, Houston, number 10 Macari. I bet these United players are wondering who's coming off. Daly. Number 7 Coppell, and that's Peach in first. Forsyth. Greenhoff. Forsyth. It's won by Peach. Now McCalliar with a chance to set Southampton going. Again, the final ball not good enough. Peach. And a chance now to make the substitution. And the man many people thought might be the match winner is being told to come off. And he's astonished. He just looked round and seen the signal. He looked as if he wasn't aware that he might be the man to be substituted. So Gordon Hill, the man who got 2 goals against Derby in the semi-final, goes off. And 18 years old David McCreary comes on. Doesn't appear to be injured. And Tommy Docherty says well done. And so the match over now for Gordon Hill. And McCreary with a lot to look forward to. Still 23 minutes to go. Houston. McElroy. McCreary. Roar of welcome from the fans for the first touch. McElroy. McCreary, number 12. First there was Blythe, that's Shannon. Southampton ball. McCalliog's throw to Rodriguez. Cannon. McCalliog. Locken for United. Greenhoff. Incidentally, that substitution does give David McCreary time in normal time to help to win this match. But with Gordon Hill apparently uninjured, it may be a bit of a surprising substitution if the match has to go to extra time. Osgood. McCalliog. Wide is Peach. Favourite left foot. Osgood won it easily. Corner. Southampton attacking the goal now, of course, behind which their supporters are banked in their thousands. David Peach will take the corner. Osgood. Daly. Gilchrist. Houston for United. Now Pearson, number 9. Daly. Number 10. Macari. Forsyth. McCreary. Nick Holmes, no trouble. Gordon Hill now reduced to the role of spectating. This is McCreary. Cleared by Blythe. Forsyth. Turner judged it well. McCalliog. Shannon. McCalliog. A bit hurried in playing it. Now Shannon. Quick return by Stokes and a corner. Buchan and Shannon having a very interesting battle. So McCalliog's corner. Steele's there, some pushing, the flag's up, and the whistle has gone. Pushing by Jim Steele. David McCreary. Pearson's back header, McCreary, Koppel. Daly. Koppel. Rodriguez trying to get Southampton going quickly. Gilchrist. United ball. Pearson. Gilchrist. Paul Gilchrist, who had a shock when he saw the team programme, the Wembley programme published in midweek. Found his name was down as substitute. And Hugh Fisher was playing, but it was explained that the programme was printed very early when Gilchrist's place wasn't absolutely secure. Now Pearson, beaten by Rodriguez. Shannon. Finally obstructed. Rodriguez kick. Osgood. Stokes. McCalliog. Peach. Stokes. McCalliog. Holmes. Stokes.
Southampton put it together then. Nicely built up, finally with a shooting chance for Bobby Stokes. Forsyth to Coppell. Holmes. Coppell wriggling clear, playing into McCreary, that's Coppell again. Stokes. Holmes. Well, this match not turning out to be the easy thing for Manchester United that the odds suggested. There were 2-1 on, 3-1 on this morning, while Southampton were rated 5-1 against. And on one book I saw actually 6-1 against, but it's certainly not looked like that. McCalliog now setting Shannon free. Shannon against Houston, still having trouble with his studs. That's Osgood, and again Stepney. Positioned perfectly just outside the 6-yard box, and again for Southampton the chance goes missing. Both set up by quick breaks. The first set to Shannon, the first fell, the second fell to Osgood. Now Coppell for United. Forsyth. Steele. Osgood. Good dummy then by McCreary, but Steele is there covering. Like wants to play football though, and he paid for it. Won by Blythe. Now McCalliog, who's produced the two passes for Southampton that mattered. The first that set up the chance for Shannon, and the second that just set up that chance for Osgood. Greenhoff. Pearson. Peach to Holmes. Greenhoff. Alex Forsyth. Macari. Osgood. Useful run back by Peter Osgood. Greenhoff. Tommy Docherty may have a growing problem here. He's put on his substitute, and Stuart Pearson is limping again. And no wonder Tommy Docherty is looking in that direction. The substitute McCreary is on, but suddenly then, from a limp, Pearson sprung into life. That's Pearson. No sign of a limp there. Corner. Surprising what an injection a side of the ball could produce. Stevie Coppell's corner. Houston. It's Forsyth. Rodrigues. Osgood. Again, the ball played too far. Peter Osgood just can't get the weight right. Houston. McCreary was first. Now McElroy. Good play by McElroy. Trying to take on Blythe, but Blythe quick to turn. Mel Blythe has looked fairly secure. So too is this character, David Peach.
Osgood. McCallion. Again trying to get Shannon away. That's Houston backing up his Stokes. Good try by the little man. Stokes had a look to see what was on and took the shooting opportunity. Decisive. Pearson. Daly. McCarty. Houston. Southampton getting players between ball and goal. United ball. Houston, number 3. Mike Challen clearly enjoying himself. I think the wink was for the camera then. He's right there, probably knows the cameraman who went down to see them train the other day. Lou McCarry. Played his man into trouble, but Houston almost rescued it. Now Stokes. McCallion. Holmes. Osgood's on the left. Where can he go now? Nowhere. That was Koppel to Daly. Pearson. Daly. Lou McCarry. Greenhalgh running from a deep position at the back. Forsyth. McCreary. 6 is Steele. Corner. And we're now entering the last 10 minutes of normal time in this match. Extra time will be played. 15 minutes each way if the match is a draw at the end of normal time. Pearson, and finally Osgood gives away another corner. Stevie Koppel. Sammy McElroy's corner. Daly taking a shot. Just took a chance then and hit it. Blythe. Shannon. McCallion. Holmes. McCallion. Gilchrist. Breaking forward is Stokes. There's nobody there in support yet. Gilchrist. Osgood. Osgood stolen at the back. McCreary there before Blythe. Rodrigues. McCarry. Blythe. And Blythe penalised for pushing. He complained to the referee, so Clive Thomas is just calming him down. Mel Blythe, remember, the man who broke his nose on Good Friday. Houston to Greenhalgh. Piece of pure speculation. Well, this may not be one of the great games, but it's pretty finely balanced. And there's been plenty of incident too. McAllion to Stokes, who's onside. 1-0. Southampton go mad. And on the bench they celebrate. And Stokes, by scoring the first goal in this final, wins for himself a car. And he said he'd already booked driving lessons. Now, was he offside when that ball was played? They'll complain for years possibly about that, but when he got there, with 7 minutes left for play, he slotted it in, wins himself a car, and puts Southampton into the lead. United have got it to do. Daly there, turn around quickly, and the luck goes with him. Turner waving his players away, and suddenly, from looking like a draw, the second division side set to become only the third second division side ever to win at Wembley. But United, remember, came from 2-0 down against Wolves in one of the earlier rounds to win 3-2, and they've really got to produce that sort of spirit again. A free kick now to United. Greenhoff to Forsyth. Koppel. Peach winning again, as he has so often in this match. Southampton already celebrating with 6 minutes left. Daly, Forsyth, Buchan. And these United players must feel absolutely desperate and sick now. They've nothing left to defend, they must attack all the time. Gilchrist was blind. Mike Channon. Greenhoff back to Forsyth. Buchan. Daly. Koppel. Exactly 5 minutes left. Ball was out. The noise around this ground almost frightening. Osgood. Channon. Taking on Buchan. Content to hold it there as the seconds tick away. Kick must be retaken. Southampton, the side that's never ever won the FA Cup, 4 minutes away from taking it. Manchester United 0, Southampton 1. Greenhoff for Manchester United. Forsyth. Pearson. Holmes. Tommy Kavanagh, the United trainer there, shouting as the signals go out, and the seconds seem to be flying now. Just about 3 minutes left, in spite of the signals from the bench. Goal kick, and Stuart Pearson is saving time by bringing the ball back for Turner. Southampton's scarves are out, and at the other end, the Manchester United fans hoping for a minor miracle. Forsyth. Rodriguez. Peter Rodrigues, too experienced to be thinking how the cup will feel in his hands in about 90 seconds. It's Koppel giving Stokes a chasing, but good battling by Stokes. Steele. Shannon, good header. Holmes, advantage played, although Shannon was fouled. Gilchrist. Holmes, who started this on the left, turns up on the right. Pumped long for Osgood. Brian Greenhoff. Pearson, and he was fouled. Forsyth for the kick. Pearson missed out. Holmes, and anywhere will do. Ted Bates signals a minute, and in fact it's less than that. Houston. McElroy. Houston again. Offside against Pearson. The dejection beginning to show. Laurie McMenemy, well, you can almost see him rehearsing the smile. We make it 10 seconds to the end of normal time. There may be a little bit of injury time. Daly. Koppel. Daly, and it wouldn't break. United ball. McCreary couldn't get there. Steele. Greenhoff. Forsyth. It's Greenhoff. Offside again. Played about 30 seconds of injury and stoppage time. Has gone, and Laurie McMenemy and Southampton take the cup for the first time in their history. One of the great Wembley upsets, and Bobby Stokes, the little man who made it possible. Laurie McMenemy with time to look towards the losers' bench, and the dejection there. Ian Turner, one of 10 children who started the match so shakily, ends up with a Cup Winners' Medal. Bobby Stokes. This a truly remarkable story. And Manchester United, the odds-on favourites, like Leeds, failed to clinch it at Wembley against a second division side. Laurie McMenemy waiting to go forward and talk to his team. And so he emerges now where the supporters can see him, and straight away a roar of greeting from the fans, and he meets the players now. McCalliog, little Bobby Stokes, the goal scorer. Well, Laurie McMenemy has never yet been with a fashionable club, but he's achieved success with most clubs he's been with. Meanwhile, Tommy Docherty consoles the Manchester United players who've done so much for football this season, but have missed out when it matters. But they've had a marvellous season still, these youngsters. Third in the first division at the moment, with the season not yet over. as Peter Rodrigues, this man who had almost finished with football 12 months ago when he was given a free transfer by Sheffield Wednesday, comes back within a year to receive the cup as captain of Southampton. The Majesty of the Queen congratulates the Southampton captain, and Peter Rodrigues, 32 years old, the man who came back from being given away by Sheffield Wednesday, salutes the Southampton supporters and lives this moment of triumph. Ian Turner, the goalkeeper. Peter Osgood, his second Cup winners' medal. And they turn to the packed Southampton terraces. Paul Gilchrist and Mel Blythe, father of a 14-days-old daughter with something else to celebrate. Hugh Fisher, the substitute. Bobby Stokes, the goal scorer. Jim McCalliog. Then David Peach, who's played so well. Nick Holmes, the midfield player. Mike Channon. And finally, Jim Steele. Martin Buchan, the disappointed Manchester United captain, consoled by Her Majesty the Queen, and the Duke of Edinburgh has a word too. Alex Stepney, Jerry Daly, Stuart Houston, David McCreary, or rather Alex Forsyth that is, Gordon Hill, Stuart Pearson, still able to raise a smile. But of course these youngsters with so much to look forward to too. McCreary has gone through, Macari, Brian Greenhoff, Stevie Coppell, and Sammy McElroy, who hit the bar when United might have gone in front. And as the Southampton supporters celebrate at one end, the tremendous support for Manchester United reflected in the attitude of their fans at the other end, equaling the Southampton supporters with their roars of encouragement for the team. These United fans, over 2,300,000 to watch United this season, still prepared to say well done to their side, as indeed they might. So Rodrigues and Jim McCalliog take the cup around this Wembley pitch. The cup paraded in front of the Manchester United fans, and Jim McCalliog, former Manchester United player, transferred only 12 months ago by Tommy Docherty, enjoying this moment. Meanwhile, Tommy Docherty, the man who's been called the most successful failure, rather cruel phrase, leaves the pitch at the other end. In fact, he's been here as Cup final manager before and lost. He's been here as a player and lost. And now it's happened to him again. But he's had a marvellous season with this team, and he's just consoling young Brian Greenhoff, whose birthday it was this week, and it looks as if he may be crying. Meanwhile, that's the difference between defeat and success. For Southampton now, it's smiles and celebrations all the way. The 39th different name to go on the FA Cup. Winning the trophy for the first time in their history.